Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is finally here. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we finally have the confirmation on this year's Super Dragonball Heroes collaboration units, and it would appear that the main headliner is the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. Our cope has finally paid off. Last year, we really hoped this guy would be introduced, especially once they confirmed the existence of the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, but he did not come. But alas, he is finally here. So, in this video, we're going to talk about this guy. We're going to talk about the other units revealed, some possible leadership skills, as well as who I think might easy A during this celebration. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's talk about the other units revealed. So, we do have the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito here. We also have the, excuse me, we also have the Full Power Super Saiyan 3 Rose. This was a bit unexpected, especially since he's the antagonist of the next arc after the Vegito. Vegito typically is paired off with Dark King Fu or Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Broly, but instead they are choosing to antagonize as this Rose, which means maybe we could get Broly and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Gogeta, who was Rose's antagonist, or protagonist, I guess, next year. Who knows what they'll do, but I'm kind of glad this was a unit I think a lot of people were waiting for. Both of these are very, very hype units, so I'm excited to see them. We also have Awakenings for the Golden Metal Cooler and the Black Janemba. No surprises there. They were introduced as SSRs last year, and given that last year they awakened Robello and Supreme Kai of Time Brainwashed, this basically confirms that we are moving to SSR 1 year, Awakening next year. No longer do we have to wait 2 years in between Awakenings. We also have confirmation on a new free-to-play card, the Lab Coat Toa. Unsure at the time if she'll have a different name, but if she doesn't, if you pull any of the available Toas from the Hero Celebration, aside from her, you'll have yourself a free super attack level up. So this will be one of the first Heroes units that gets that. So this will be kind of nice, I guess. So these are the units revealed so far. Obviously, there will be more. There's usually 7 to 10 featured units on the banner. So good chance we will see a few more Awakenings revealed, or rather a few new SSRs revealed, as well as maybe one other support unit. Last year we got the Limit Breaker 4s revealed. Outside of this reveal, we also got the Pan revealed before everyone else, and then the others revealed after the year prior. So there's at least one more TUR unit probably to be had here, as well as new SSR. So I want to go ahead and jump into who I think those SSRs in that TUR could be. Let's start with the SSRs at first. So first up, I think that one of the likely candidates, being that he is from one of the celebrations that the Vegito and the Rose come from, is this Evil Saiyan Turles. This would be a good choice, number one, because both Global and JP now have access to the Dokkan Festival Fizz Turles, and as long as he's not super restricted to heroes, he would be a great addition, provided he has the attack and defense, to Turles' team. And I mean, typically these SSRs tend to be pretty good. Like that Golden Metal Cooler actually works all right, even on like LR Cooler's team. He actually works kind of okay. So this would be a pretty good choice in my opinion. Moving on from there, another good choice would be the Eye Patch Fusion Zamasu, also from the arc with Hearts last year, so could be a good choice to bring him along, and he would be a great pairing for the Rose, especially because I mean, as much as I would like it not to happen, we know these units are going to be restricted to the hero team, so the more help within heroes they can get, like with this Zamasu, would be greatly beneficial, especially to the Full Power Rose. Another great option would be the Saiyan in Black, right? If we go over, where is it? Here, right? The arc with Rose and Gogeta Blue, who is his opposite, introduces Super Saiyan Bardock, ergo the Saiyan in black. So we could get him as an SSR this year as Super Saiyan, Saiyan in black, and then next year awaken into like a Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Maybe even Super Saiyan 4, although I doubt that since we already have a Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, so probably awaken into a Super Saiyan 3. So those are kind of the main ones I want to see, but also the ones I think are the most likely. I can't imagine too many other powerful choices, given the arcs that these guys are all from. I suppose we could get like Angel Hearts or something, but I don't think that that's very likely. I do think that these are the most likely candidates. So moving on, I did want to spend some time talking about who the likely candidates for EZA are. And shout out to the Dokkan Wiki, because these are basically it. Now, I do not think that all of these will get an EZA this year, but I would say that there's a good chance that several of them do. These are all the units that awakened during or were released during the Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO celebration. And aside from the free-to-play lags who introduced last year, which makes sense, right? If free-to-play units from the Dragonball Heroes, usually they're introduced one year and then added in as an EZA the following. We saw this with the Poutine from the year before, and the Demon God Salza from the year before that. So very, very likely that this is what is to happen this coming year. The lags for sure will EZA. The highest priority, I think, on EZAs are probably the Vegeta Masked Saiyan, the Demigra Makyuka form, the Mira, and the Dark King, because all of these guys awakened during the celebration with Vegito. The celebration with Vegito added new units of Vegito, Dabura, Demon God, Super Saiyan 4 Broly, and the Demon Goddess Toa. They could very well EZA them like they did units prior who released, like they EZA'd their awakenings and their release units, so it's entirely possible that this year, but then that would make for a EZA event of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I just don't think that that's likely. I think at best we'll see 5 of these guys EZA. I do really hope the Vegito EZAs, if there was no better time to do it, it would be now, considering, right, we now have official confirmation of a new Heroes Vegito coming. And an EZA to that Vegito would tremendously help him, even given the Great Ape units that released last year. The EZA to the Vegito would probably be the best thing for him, because it would provide him an excellent link partner. On top of that, I did want to take a moment to talk about possible leader skills, because I know that's a big thing with these units. Their leader skills tend to be limited, and I think it's something worthy of note. So, you know, looking at here in previous years, basically every new headliner unit has led either Dragon Ball Heroes or the crossover category, or sometimes both, right? If we look at right, the last year Hearts led Dragon Ball Heroes. The year before, Trunks led Dragon Ball Heroes, and then we got sub-leads for the Toa. But last year, we had crossover lead for both of the Limit Breakers. So one of the headliner units, either the Vegito or the Rosé here, will likely lead crossover and Dragon Ball Heroes. It'll be one or the other, right? And I imagine to add to that, they will also have a secondary category. So if we look, now that we're in the 200% meta, so secondary categories on last year's unit, right? If we look at Vegito, he had Giant Ape Power, and Goku had full